uncomfortable when you're eating and people around you like burping or blowing their nose. And they do it in restaurants, in cafes, in cafeteria, just everywhere. They don't mind it. Especially older people, they just don't care whatsoever.
同じアジアを代表する大国でありながら、なぜこれほどまでに違うのでしょうか。皆様、お帰りなさい。本日は現代アジアを牽引する2つの強国、中国と日本における外国人たちの実生活の真実に迫ります。一方は、喧騒に包まれ、個人の境界線が崩れ去り、公共マナーが大きな試練となる中国。もう一方は、文明の極致にあり、利便性と絶対的な安全を誇る日出ずる国に、この実体験の対比は、果たしてどれほど劇的なものなのでしょうか。今すぐその詳細を紐解いていきましょう。
Today I want to share some of the culture shocks I experienced living in China as someone who was born and raised in Russia.
まず、中国での生活は、あるロシア人女性に圧倒的なカルチャーショックをもたらしました。故郷の田舎で自由を謳歌していた彼女にとって、個人の境界線が完全に消失している現実はさ苦しいものでした。スーパーや食堂で列に並べば、他人の吐息を感じるほど密着され、彼女が前に進もうとすれば、相手もさらに距離を詰めてくる。それはプライベートな空間がミナムであるという息の詰まるような閉殺感でした。
So the first culture shock I experienced was no personal space. I grew up in Russia in the countryside and I was used to a lot of freedom and a lot of personal space. But here in China, because there are a lot of people, they have a different perception of personal space. I'm already used to crowded trains and buses, but the thing that still annoys me is when I stay in line, for example, in a supermarket or in cafeteria, and people stay extremely close behind me. I can actually feel their breath because they stay so close to me, and every time I try to move forward to just get away from them, they also move forward, so it's just impossible to keep the distance.
それだけではありません。公共の場での生活習慣も彼女に深いトラウマを植え付けました。人々、特に高齢者が食事中であっても無造作に大きな音でゲップをし、棚をすすり、玉を吐く。
The next culture shock I experienced here in China is that people burp, blow their nose, and spit on the ground extremely loudly while eating. I noticed that when I went to a cafeteria to have lunch, and when I was just eating, minding my own business, I noticed that a lot of people around me just burping or blowing their nose or even spitting extremely loudly while eating. And I'm not saying that Russian people don't do that, but we are usually more nonchalant about that because I don't know, I think that it's a little bit uncomfortable when you're eating and people around you like burping or blowing their nose. And they do it in restaurants, in cafes, in cafeteria, just everywhere. They don't mind it. Especially older people, they just don't care whatsoever. Okay.
さらに、レストランやスーパーの店内でさえ、中国人男性が平然と喫煙する姿に、彼女は言葉を失いました。公共の衛生基準に対する、あまりにも大きな試練と言わざるを得ません。
The next culture shock I experienced is smoking inside. It's not a shocking thing to smoke because a lot of people like to smoke in many countries, but here Chinese men like to smoke and they smoke inside. It's a norm here to smoke inside. Like Chinese men often smoke in restaurants and I already got used to it, but once I noticed a guy smoking inside a supermarket, and this was extremely shocking to me. I never seen that before in Russia.
それに加えて、彼女は至るところに普及しているしゃがみ式のトイレに順応しなければならず、彼女の感覚によれば、それらは非常に奇妙なものに移りました。
The next culture shock I experienced was a squat toilet. Before coming to China, I never seen a squat toilet before, and when I arrived to the airport I saw that they have a squat toilet. If you don't know what a squat toilet is, it's just like a hole in the floor and you have to squat to like do your thing. I thought that it was strange and uncomfortable.
しかし、彼女を最も失望させたのは、公共交通機関で男性が席を譲ることも、女性の重い荷物を手伝うことも決してないという現実でした。ロシアの暗黙の礼儀作法とはかけ離れた、冷淡で虚無感に満ちた文化の水がそこにありました。
The next culture shock is that guys never give up their seats on buses or trains and don't help girls with heavy stuff. So I grew up in Russia, and in Russia it's like unspoken rule that guys usually give up their seats on buses or trains if all the seats are taken and they leave space for girls or women and also for elderly people. And also guys help girls with heavy stuff. For example, if you have to move your luggage upstairs, guys will usually help, just some random strangers, just because you're a girl. And here in China, I noticed that it's not a part of their culture.
その息苦しさとは対照的に、他の外国人の目を通した日本は、まさに住むべき楽園として映し出されています。ニュージーランドから来た女性は、その想像を絶する利便性に完全に魅了され、日本に定住することを決意しました。鉄道は1分期まで正確に運行され、
Probably something that a lot of people already know about, but that would be like the timeliness of trains. Like Japan is, it's perfect. If the train season's coming at 5:32, it's there at 5:32. And if you're 1 minute late, she waits for no one. She's gone. It's gone. The train is never going to be late.
24時間営業のコンビニエンスストアでは、この世のあらゆるものが手に入ります。この国での暮らしは、あまりにも快適で完璧なものでした。
For me, 24/7 convenience stores. Coming from New Zealand, there's not a lot that's 24 hours. So being able to like, just no matter what time it is, I can go out and pretty much the convenience stores have everything I could ever need, from like phone chargers, food, like heated food, drinks, iced coffees, ice creams, toothpaste, everything. Going to the convenience store at any time that I want to get whatever I need is so convenient. It's probably why they're called convenience stores.
彼女は特に数回の動作で簡単に開けられる知的なパッケージデザインを高く評価しています。
Everything is easy to open. This is something I learned very early on. So, something I like to say is that if it's difficult to open, you're doing it wrong here in Japan. They're like, there's this tiny little cheese that you can like get, and like there's literally tiny little like number, like 1, 2, 3, and you just peel it off, and it just like appears. If you try and not follow the instructions, your cheese is ruined, shredded. You've shredded your cheese. Like I love that, like to open a box or no matter like what it is, like I don't have to hack into with the scissors half the time. It's got like little labels and flaps that I can just whoosh it open.
自動販売機は街の隅々にまで設置され、一人離れた田んぼの真ん中にさえ存在します。
Vending machines are like everywhere. I noticed this when I came here on a school trip like a couple years ago, and like it's only been reinforced since living here. Just over yonder is a vending machine. No, I don't use that one, but that doesn't mean I don't love it. I love that it's there, you know? There's so many at the train stations, like you're like, oh good, you go out and about and you're like, oh my god, I'm thirsty, I need an ice cream, I need to get drunk, I don't know, but there's pretty much gonna be a vending machine with what you want in it. Normally it's drinks, but not only are there vending machines with so many different things in them, but there's just so many of them. I need to insert statistics here about how many vending machines there are per person. I would like to know. I was just going for a walk and literally it's rice fields and more rice fields, and then down the little road in the middle that I'm going down, it's like, well, bam, there's a vending machine. And I'm like, how is this being powered? But it was, and you could just get yourself a nice. Have I said enough about vending machines?
何より、一人の女性として真夜中にスーパーへ買い物に出かけても一切の恐怖を感じない、絶対的な安全に感動を覚えています。誰にとっても、これほど羨むべき治安環境はないでしょう。
You know, I realized there's one thing that I really, really love about Japan as a woman, and that's just, it's midnight almost. It's 11 p.m. and I can walk around by myself. I have no fear. I don't care. I actually went to the grocery store. This is also something I cannot do in my home country. I cannot go to the grocery store at 11. My grocery store is open until 1, a.m. and some might even open all night. It's so nice.
同じく、あるアメリカ人男性も日本の安全性を絶賛しています。母国でナイフによる強盗被害に遭った経験を持つ彼は、日本の治安の良さと人々の善意に、心からの安らぎを感じています。
This is on what I love about Japan as an American. First, the food. Oh my gosh, the food is gas. If you haven't had a Japanese peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you haven't lived life to the fullest extent. Just make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Next is the people. The people are all very nice, very safe country. Don't have to worry about getting robbed at my local Goodwill, which did happen to me. Knife point to be exact. Many people are very, very helpful.
日本の食文化は彼にとって至高の喜びであり、毎日新しい環境で問題解決能力を磨くことに生きがいを見出しています。ポジティブなエネルギーに満ちた生活体験がそこにはあります。
Next is obviously just living here. Experience is cool. I like the challenge of figuring everything out on my own and having literally no clue what I'm looking at, what I'm reading, what I'm hearing. It's building a lot of problem-solving skills, and I'm really enjoying it so far. And I'm learning things every day. I enjoy learning new things every day, and I get to do that here.
日本の民度の高さは、ある黒人女性の言葉によっても強く裏付けられています。彼女は、この国の平等さに深い敬意を抱いています。法の下に不平等はなく、差別も存在しない。人々は常に整然と列を作り、相手への好悪に関わらず、極めて礼儀正しく、助けが必要な人には手を差し伸べる。敬意と平和をつなぶ完璧なまでに洗練された社会です。
The best thing about living in Japan is no one is above the law. Yes, absolutely no one. Everyone is equal. That is good. There is no discrimination here. That is for sure. Everyone is being treated same and equal. When you get to some positions or some offices, you will not say like, oh, this person is big, this person is that. No, we stand on the line. When it's your turn, it's your turn. No one will come and bypass and start going ahead. It's never been done in Japan. Yes, that is one great thing that I always admire about this country. Yes, they take their time to address you properly, do you things, and without even thinking twice. Even if the person is angry, you won't even know. Yes, you cannot know because they will never show you. Yes, if it's your place or if you're in a position in which you need help, they will render you that service. That is the good thing. No one is coming to harass you, or no one will come and harass you or say some certain things. No. That is why I see Japan as being the best. Yes, we know it's very peaceful, it's very kind. Yes, most people here, no matter whether they don't like you or not, they are still there. They are still there to assist you. They are still there to help you do whatsoever. Yes, for that I give them an applaud. That is it. Japan is kind of very peaceful. Apart from the peace, it is kind of very respectful. So obviously your stay here is always very guaranteed. So if you like to come here with your family, why not try it? And I promise you, you won't regret it. Okay, love you guys.
最後に、一人のイギリス人の少女が母国との比較を通じて日本の美しい姿をさらに補完してくれました。彼女が心よしたのは、街路や公共トイレの圧倒的な清潔さです。そこには不快な臭いすら存在しません。
Why I prefer living in Japan compared to the UK. Number one is the cleanliness. I'm sure you guys have heard this a lot of times, but honestly, it's true. It's really clean in Japan, especially compared to the UK. Like, there's no litter in the streets. The toilets do not stink in public, which is a big thing for me because I would never use the public toilets in the UK, I'm sorry. Also, ignore my hair. I just woke up. I haven't done my hair today, so ignore it. However, yeah, along with the cleanliness, of course, you have to sort your rubbish and do all the rubbish stuff, which can be a bit of a hassle, and you've got to read all the rules, and each neighbourhood has specific rules. I do not mind following the rules if it means the whole country will be a lot cleaner.
子供たちが一人で歩いて下校する光景や電車に忘れた財布が中身もそのままに持ち主の手元へ戻ってくる正直さ。これほどまでに高い信頼レベルは世界でも私有なものです。
Next is the safety. Well, if you've lived in the UK, you know, in places like Manchester at night, it's not the most safe place in the world, which was where I was living. Yeah, but in Japan, like pretty much anywhere I can walk alone at night and not feel too bad. Like, yes, you do obviously as a woman have to keep an eye out for things, and I know I've heard a few stories in Japan of like, you know, weird men, but overall I would say Japan is a lot safer in general, especially for kids. Like literally maybe 5 to 8 year old kids walking home from school by themselves and nobody bats, like no one cares. Like it's so safe, honestly. One time I left my wallet on the train, which had like my residence card and everything in it, and I just left it in the seat. I know it's stupid, but I went to like the nearest police station and I was like, I've lost my wallet, and I gave them my name and they found it. Someone had handed it in to the nearest police station and somehow I got everything back and the money was all still in it and they didn't charge me anything.
彼女はまた公共交通機関のやるさと正確さ、そして外食費の手頃さについても強調しています。
Number 3 is the convenience is so real. Getting the train is so cheap. I live like 4 minutes away from the station, so it's so easy to like go anywhere that I want to go, and so cheap as well. Same with like convenience stores, like everything is right next to me. I have a massive grocery store right next to me, and the buses in the UK arrive like 30 minutes to an hour or 20 minutes late. Like I used to need to take the bus to commute to work, and I had to wait. Sometimes it was 30 minutes late and I would just have to like walk for an hour to get to work. Anyway, so the buses and trains and everything is really reliable here. Also, if you're doing something kind of random, I don't know, like no one's gonna say anything to you about it. No one will comment on anything. For the introverted people of the world, that's really nice. And last but not least is the affordability of everything in comparison to like how much you earn in the UK plus how much you can buy with that money versus how much you can earn in Japan and how much you can buy with that money. I would say Japan is better. Like I can eat out often and it's not, you know, I'm not earning a lot of money and it's not, you know, it's not breaking the bank to eat out. Whereas in the UK, eating at a restaurant is like really expensive. It's like £16 minimum for like something, or £12 if you're, you know, if you're lucky. Apart from the fruit, I don't know why, but the fruit in Japan is so expensive, and that's probably one of the main things I actually miss about the UK is being able to buy apples and different kind of fruits and bananas that don't, like here it's probably the same price in Japan and the UK to buy apples, which is like crazy because the exchange rate is so different.
また、地域社会の強い結びつきや活気ある祭り、そしてボランティアでゴミ拾いや花植えを行う高齢者たちの姿が、人道的で美しい社会の絵図を描き出しています。日本はまさに、あらゆる人々の魂を癒す文明のオアシスなのです。
Super niche things that I really like about Japan as someone who's been living here over a year. One is, even though a lot of people move from the countryside to the cities, countryside communities do not feel dead at all. There's a very strong community and there's loads of like super local markets. Also a lot of people buy directly from the farmers. You don't actually see that much in the UK. Two, there always seems to be a random matsuri happening somewhere and they put so much effort into their local festivals and it's so nice to just go, and always different as well. Sometimes they have like a light display going on or some kind of cultural thing. And the last thing is that I always notice a lot of older people volunteering in the neighborhoods, and they'll plant like loads of flowers everywhere, be cleaning rubbish, and I feel like they really put a lot of effort into keeping their neighborhoods looking nice. Anyway,
結論として、地元住民であれ、観光客であれ、あるいは日本で働く外国人であれ、この地に足を踏み入れたとき、日本は常に癒しの聖域として、親切心と規律、そして絶対的な安全で私たちを包み込んでくれます。理想的な住環境とは、単なる外見の華やかさではなく、人々がいかに互いの共有空間を尊重し合えるかにあることは明白です。もしあなたなら混沌と試練に満ちた場所を選びますか？それとも、絶対的な文明と平穏に身を委ねることを選びますか？ぜひ、あなたの考えをコメント欄で共有してください。今回の文化考察に衝撃を受けた方は、ぜひ高評価シェア、そしてチャンネル登録をお願いいたします。次回の衝撃的な動画もお見逃しなく。それでは、またお会いしましょう。